batter and a half. I think that's the quota right there.
Well, it's an appropriate word to use.
No,
in
it
this
was the correct word.
Here's the 2-2. Fouled out, staying alive.
John Garish, of course, does a great job as the strength and conditioning coach for North Broward.
I didn't even know we had a strength and conditioning
Oh,
coach.
yes,
nor what
indeed.
his
I
name
don't
was.
use him, but we have him, and he does a great job. So I hear.
I'm not going to respond to
So-
you on that.
so
on
I
that
hear.
remark. Same thing 3 times in a row. This time kept inside the field, though, by the backstop.
Starting to see North Broward athletes perform at the next level. Brandon Dowdy got drafted, the former quarterback, actually by the Miami Dolphins. And he's on their depth chart right now. Christian Correa, a former North Broward baseball player, is in the minor leagues right now playing for the Quad City River Bandits.
I believe there was another North Broward baseball pitcher, I believe, who was drafted a year or 2 ago.
I believe so.
Name is escaping me.
Shout out to Jordan Coons, by the way, in Davenport, Iowa, with the Quad City River Bandits.
You have connections all over minor league baseball. Chase McBean, through persistence, turns an 0-2 count into a walk.
Actually, now thinking about Jordan is with the Dubuque Fighting Saints, the local hockey team, but I do believe he helps out with the River Bandits. So shout out to you, Jordan, nonetheless. If you're watching, thanks very much.
I haven't even heard of half of these teams.
The River Bandits, I believe, the single A affiliate of the Cardinals, and good to see Christian Correa there representing North Broward. I was able to see him last year when I went to Davenport, Iowa to see the River Bandits.
Takes that one high and inside, 1-0.
Last time these two teams met, by the way, have to go back to March 28th, 2013. North Broward won in a 2-1 affair as there's going to be a mound visit. And Sam, I'm about to make you feel old. The winning pitcher in that game between North Broward and St. Brendan, the 2-1 win in 2013, was Kevin Thomas.
Kevin Thomas.
Oh, yes. KT got the W
KT.
in that one.
Oh, that's a name I remember. Also class of 2015, like me. He's at Penn, I believe.
Yeah.
Ivy League.
Real class act.
Absolutely. Always let me choose his walk-up song for him. I gave him death metal in his last
I'm
year
sure he appreciated that.
The band No Sin Evades His Gaze. Age of Sedation, I believe, is the song. In addition to being the most sarcastic announcer at this level, I believe I'm also the most metal.
Without a doubt. I have no qualms about that assessment whatsoever.
Little platitudes that don't really mean anything. Throws it over, unsuccessful. I remember Kevin Thomas. By the way, Ben.
Yes.
There are a lot of things going on today. Well, there's 4 different national days.
Yes,
Happy
indeed.
No Homework Day.
Thank you. I
hope that your teachers are observing this.
You know what? I don't think that they are. I should have told them about that. But I don't think they were observing it. Happy Coffee Cake Day. National Coffee Cake today. So
see, Drake's is back on the shelves.
So pull up a coffee cake and enjoy the rest of this ball game with us.
That's a ball outside. It's also National Beer Day, although we expect that no students at North Broward will be observing this holiday. Take the hint.
They can feel free to observe National Education and Sharing Day, though.
Education and Sharing Day is every day here at North Broward Prep. And every day is productive for Kennard. Although maybe a little less so, that was a flyout.
I give that a 7 out of 10 on the Segway scale.
Well, it looked like he was going to get a nice base knock in right field, got some slice on it, but the right fielder able to track it down successfully.
Always fun to see the crazy national days. I feel like you don't need a national education sharing day. That should just be something that you should teach kids to do. Share.
Look, I like coffee cake as much as the next guy, but do we really need a national day for it? Is there a coffee cake makers union that lobbied for this? Well, Houston hits it on the ground to the pitcher, fires it over to first. Barely gets his foot on the bag, and he's going to be safe. We'll be right back with the sixth inning with the answer to my rhetorical question. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new pitcher on the mound, Nick O'Brien, number 19, coming in for North Broward. Of course, O'Brien did not exactly have a stellar outing last time. He was asked to be a starter for once and finished the... Well, he didn't even finish the inning, to be honest, as he finishes this pitch as a strike. 0 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 or 3 walks, according to my notes, and 5 runs. Unfortunate start, but that's why he's mainly reliever. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Well, a fantastic start for Dusty Snyder. He's able to settle down after that tumultuous first inning. Final line, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, and 2 walks. Very nicely done from Snyder. He also had 1 strikeout, by the way.
1-2 now. Can we just point out that that is another time where I was prepared with statistics?
I think that was that now 3 on the day?
Something like that.
I think that's a new career high.
Oh, the dirty breaking ball just inside. That was a pitcher's pitch, but unfortunately the batter did not bite.
Well, it certainly was not going to be a strike last night. It wasn't once again tonight.
Snow O'Brien has a full count now. Brian Castillo is the batter. And he hits that one into left field. Under it, makes the catch. Had to run to get it.
Nice.
Very nice display of defensive competence.
Very nicely done by Gordon. Took a good angle to it, and that was what made the difference.
Number 9, Now Calero steps up to bat. Of course, we have to bring it up every time, but Nick O'Brien, most notable, actual stirrups.
Love it. Absolutely
Gotta love it. Love the style. Low for ball 1. Went beyond quiet, back to the backstop, and bounced back in no time at all, thanks to the concrete. When I played, I was always a high Sox person myself.
I Always went low socks. Never really had the legs for high socks.
It was also partially because I've always been tall and thin, so in order to find baseball pants of my waist, I had to get shorter pants.
Fair enough.
So I always kind of naturally did the high socks look and just rolled it up to complete
Height
it.
was never an issue for me. That was never something I really had to worry about.
What are you again? 5'7"?
5'7". I think a respectable height.
It gets the job done. O'Brien does not get the job done, though, as Calero walks, bringing up Ferrero.
Now batting number 22, Andres Ferrero.
St. Brendan, next time out, by the way, will travel back across the Miami-Dade border for an in-district game against Ferguson.
The good news about playing games this late when they go back, don't think they're going to hit much traffic. Inside, a floater for strike one. That was a dirty pitch.
Well, the difference between that one and the one that was called for a ball is where it began to cross the plate. That had some late break on it.
Remember, in baseball, dirty or filthy is a compliment. That one gets away from Clyde. The runner's going to go to second. And he's going to hold up there. I believe the count is 1-1 now.
Indeed, it is, as the scoreboard now reflects. St. Brendan with 3 errors so far defensively, and Ryan Fernandez continues to have bad luck with defense behind him. Half of his runs given up have been unearned over the course of the season.
High breaking ball. And now it's 2-1 to Ferrero.
At the bottom of the 6th inning, we will reveal the answer to the second trivia question. What was the name of the girl? As that
Gets away from Clyde once again. And now the runner advances to third. Clyde usually solid in the realm of defense. Unusual to see 2 wild pitches in one at bat.
Well, that got away from Nick O'Brien in a hurry. The question, as I mentioned, what was the name of the teenage girl who struck out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig? And what team was she playing for in an exhibition game against the Yankees?
O'Brien gets back out on the mound.
Tweet us at Stuck in Sam's Head or at Ben Curtis NBPS with the answer.
Away from Clyde once again. He walks. I know there's going to be runners at the corners. I have a hypothesis on this as soon as I announce the next batter, Steven Diaz.
Stepping up to bat, number 2, Steven Diaz.
Well, it is getting colder out here. Can't deny that. I had to grab a coat. And when it gets colder, much more difficult to get a proper grip on the baseball.
And it begins to sting a little bit when you're grabbing it by the laces and then releasing it on these cold nights. So have to wonder if that is playing a part into Nick O'Brien's lack of control right now.
I also have to wonder, why don't pitchers ever wear like batting gloves on their pitching hand on cold days like this?
I'm sure that there's a reason. Although why somebody doesn't invent pitching gloves.
Looks like the runner is caught in a rundown, trying to take off. He gets tripped up, goes home! The runner comes home, but the runner on first is out.
North Broward will be perfectly fine with that, trading out for a run up by 2.
So now it's 5-4. St. Brendan still trailing. The double steal kind of worked in the end.
Well, it worked for both teams. North Broward got the second out that they wanted and they cleared the bases. St. Brendan clawed back to make it 5-4. As your score bug now shows.
Strike into Diaz, 0-1.
It's actually 1-1. I did not mark because of all the action with that stolen base.
Speaking of action, now one is grounded straight to Goberville at third, throws it over to first. He's nowhere near the bag, so he's going to be safe.
Well, smart play from Ogozelli. Step in front of the base because he knew he wasn't going to get the runner.
It was a high throw, too, so a better chance to block it that way as well.
Stepping up to bat, number 16, Jose Gonzalez.
So now Gonzalez will step up to the plate. As the number 9 hitter, this completes St. Brendan's third time around.
North Broward, by comparison, will have finished their third time around at the bottom of this inning. Snyder up And then the top of the order for their fourth time up.